Good morning. This week we've been talking about having right judgment. At the beginning of the week we looked at Paul saying that he wasn't concerned about the judgment of other people on his life. Yesterday we talked about Paul saying he didn't even judge himself because God's the only one who can judge him. So Paul's pushing this theme in 1 Corinthians 4 about God being the only one who has the ability to judge him. And today and tomorrow I want to talk about why God is the only one who has the ability to judge. In 1 Corinthians 4 verse 5, Paul says, "Don't pronounce judgment before the Lord comes, who will bring to light the things now hidden in darkness and will disclose the purposes of the heart. Then each one will receive his commendation from God." Reason number one why Jesus is the only one who has the ability to judge is because he is the only one with the ability to judge rightly. He is the only one who has all the evidence that's required to judge a person properly. Why is that? Because he is all-seeing. Mankind is not all-seeing, and that's one of the reasons that Paul wasn't concerned about the judgment of men, because men only see a tiny percentage of Paul's life. They don't see his secret prayer life. They don't see his secret fasting life. They don't see his giving to the poor that's done in secret. They don't see the pastoring that he does in secret. They don't see the service that he does in secret, or the weeping, or the rejoicing, or the praising of God. All of the things which contribute towards the furtherance of God's kingdom, mankind doesn't see. But Paul knows that Jesus sees. And so he knows the only one who can properly judge him, rightly judge him, justly judge him is Jesus. That's why when men judge him, he isn't that concerned, because he knows they see a small part of the picture. I know, being in church leadership, often people misunderstand you. They misunderstand your motivations. Any Christian can get that. I think it's amplified when you're a leader. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people have opinions. But what you have to remember, whether you're a leader or you're in ministry or people have opinions of you, is that those people only see a small percentage of what you do. And so we need to take that judgment with a pinch of salt and not be swayed by it, not be puffed up by it, not be crushed by it. Here's 3 quick implications off the back of this truth. The first thing is that this truth, that the Lord is the one who sees and judges, should drive us to do in secret the things Jesus calls us to do in secret. The prayer, the fasting, the giving to the poor, the service. All of those things may not get the approval of man, may not get the eyes of man, may not get the affirmation of man, but they get the affirmation of him. And so we should be passionate about doing those things, because one day he's going to bring them to light. Secondly, it means we should live in the fear of the Lord. So that's the other side of the coin. If one side of the coin is that we should do the things Jesus commands us to do because his eyes see, the other side of the coin is we shouldn't do the things that grieve him because his eyes see. And sometimes Christians live a double life. They live one life in public and then they live one life in private. But nobody can fool God. And so we should live in the fear of the Lord, because it's the fear of the Lord, knowing that one day he will disclose everything, all the things we've done in secret. That should cause us to fear. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's good that my child fears walking close to a cliff edge. I want to instill a fear in them so they don't go too far and fall over. And as it should be with us in the Lord, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and that keeps us from sin. The fear of the Lord is a much better antidote to sin than any kind of accountability you can put in place. Accountability can be helpful, accountability relationships, accountability software on your computers, all that kind of stuff can be helpful, but ultimately what keeps us from sin is knowing that one day we're going to stand before Jesus and he's going to bring everything that's hidden to light. The third implication, lastly, is that we should be very careful about how we judge others. We've been thinking a lot about people judging us and not being too concerned about that, but being concerned about the Lord's judgment. On the other side of things, we should not pronounce judgment quickly on other people, because we shouldn't presume that what we see is the grand total of their whole lives. There are many people who've got powerful hidden lives in the Lord, and on the day that Jesus brings everything to light, we are going to be surprised at the measure with which he praises them and he rewards them. And so let's bear that in mind as we walk through our days and our weeks and our months and our years. I hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, and you're not subscribed yet, you might want to subscribe on the little link up there and get notifications about videos like this. If you want to share this video with your friends, there's a little link in the box below and you can do that. God bless. Have a great day.